You will need to be using a scientific calculator throughout this clip. The way to tell if your calculator is scientific or not is to have a look if it's got buttons on it that say sin, cos, and tan. If it does have these buttons, then it is a scientific calculator and it's fine to use during this clip. If I want to answer this question without using a calculator, I need to use BODMAS. So I would need to do the 3 times 2 first, which is 6, and then do 4 add 6. 4 add 6 is 10. So without a calculator, the answer I get is 10. If I want to use my scientific calculator to answer this question, I type it in exactly as it is here, and the calculator will also give me the answer 10. So this tells us that scientific calculators use BODMAS. Before I do this one, have a go yourself. Try it without a calculator using BODMAS and with your scientific calculator. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. So without a calculator, I need to use BODMAS. I would do these bits first and get 35 and 3. I've got the takeaway in the middle, and 35 take away 3 is 32. Using my scientific calculator, I type it in exactly as it's written here, and I still get the answer 32. Here are some questions for you to try with your calculator. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here are the answers. To answer questions like these, you will need to find the power buttons on your calculator. Every scientific calculator will have a button which looks like this. You can use this for the first one. Some scientific calculators will have a button which looks like this. You could use this for the second one. All scientific calculators will have one of these. These buttons you can use for all of these questions. So to answer the first one, I can either type 16 into my calculator and then press this key, which will give me the answer 256. Or I can type 16 into my calculator, press one of these keys, whichever one I've got, and then press 2. That will give me 256 as well. For this one, I can type in 34 and then press this key if I've got it, and that will give me 39,304. Or I can type in 34, press whichever one of these appears on my calculator, and then press 3. That will give me the same answer. For this one, I've got to type 4, one of these keys, and then the 5, and that will give me 1,024. Press pause now and check that you can get these answers using your calculator. When you're ready, press play again. Here are 2 for you. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here are the answers. As long as you've typed these 2 questions into your calculator exactly as they're written here, you will have the right answers. To answer these types of questions, you'll need to find the square root button on your calculator, which should look like this. On some calculators, you might need to press Shift to get the square root function. So to find the square root of 784, we press this button on our calculator and then type in 784. When we press equals, we should get the answer 28. For this one, I type it in exactly as it says here, and I get the answer 2. On some calculators, it may open a bracket as soon as you type in the square root. If it does this, remember to close it here, and again, here, and you should get the answer 2. In this last question, I'm being asked to find the square root of 100 minus 64. In other words, the square root of the whole thing. I need to tell my calculator this by putting a bracket here and here. I'll get the answer 6. Just check that you can get all these answers using your calculator. Press pause and do this. When you're ready, press play. Here are some for you to try. Remember, for some of these questions, you might have to put some brackets in before you do the question. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here are the answers. Now, what does this question actually mean? It means all of the top divided by all of the bottom. If I wanted to type this into a calculator, I would have to say all of the top, so I would put brackets in, divided by all of the bottom, so I would put brackets in again. When I do this, I get the answer 5. So for these really difficult looking questions, all you need to remember is that it's all of the top, so put brackets in, divided by all of the bottom. And the same thing for this one. All of the top, so we need brackets, divided by all of the bottom, so we need brackets again. Don't be put off by having a bracket next to a bracket. You need to type it in exactly as it is, and I promise you that it will work. Press pause and try these with your calculator now. When you're ready, press play. This one should give you 38, and this one should give you 22. Here are 2 for you. Don't forget to put brackets in if you need to. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here are the answers. Here are 2 more. Don't forget to put the brackets in when you need them. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here are the answers. Finally, here's one last really difficult question for you. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here's the answer.